In the book Fahrenheit 451, a classic novel by Ray Bradbury, deals with the issues of censorship and individualism versus traditionalism and consumerism in society. Originally written in 1953, around the time when the first changes in television had first begun. Before the 1950s, practically no one had a TV set. People looked to radio and newspapers for entertainment and news. However, little did they know, those TVs were just a glimpse of what was to come in the future. In 1950, practically 10 million TVs were sold. The 50s was just the first step to a new revolution. Although television appeared to be nice, comforting, and influential, today the reality of it is brainwashing. I put the children in school 9 days out of 10. I put up with them when they come home 3 days a month. It's not bad at all. You drag them into the parlor and turn the switch on. It's like washing clothes, stuff laundry in, and slam the lid, said Miss Bowles. Usually children were not wanted, and when conceived are oftentimes aborted. Occasionally when a child is actually allowed into the world, like Miss Bowles had allowed, are immediately shipped off to school. The 3 days a month that they are home, TV is the solution to keeping them occupied. Although television used to be nice, comforting, and influential, today is not so appetizing. Television in the 1950s was like winning a gold medal in the Olympics. If you had one, you became very popular very quickly. In the early days of television, there wasn't much of it, occasionally in the afternoons and evenings, and the shows only viewed black and white. Among the first TV shows were 120 westerns, mostly in black and white. I just said that. These were the classic shows. The cowboys set the standards of right and wrong and taught us about heroes. Bob Dylan once said, "The times are changing," and TV would reflect that for better or worse. As we see today, over the years, television has changed drastically. Television back then was full of nice, relaxing sitcoms, but in place of these old sitcoms is now what we like to call reality TV. Almost every channel is taken over by celebrity TV shows about their life. Although some are appealing, the majority are often unnecessary and full of negative and foul language. As time changes, the youth gravitate to a more radical and darling means of youth culture. It's an issue, as it always has been. These days, celebrities are usually the empowerment behind these changes. That is why the progression from unrealistic soap operas with unknown people towards reality shows with celebrities is an effective change. As a young person myself, I find that my generation truly puts a lot of emphasis on celebrities. And with that having been said, to be able to humanize the ever so glamorized and beloved celebrity, you teach the youth that it's okay to just enjoy life without fame. Although realizing celebrities are humans and face similar challenges as we do is a good point that has been stated, there is more to the problem than just celebrities. Television has also changed over the years through commercials. Back in the 1950s era, television commercials used to be nice and homely, with the little old lady or the stay-at-home mom that advertised deodorant or dishwashing liquid. Has now been replaced with young women who walk around while advertising in her underwear or selling foods and jewelries or electronics. This, however, is likely to teach children things that parents don't want them to learn, especially to walk around dressed in underwear, as well as many shows that are filled with stereotypes, violent solutions to problems, and cruel behavior. For example, in the book Fahrenheit 451, Mildred and her friends, Miss Phelps and Miss Bowles, gathered to watch an episode in which the clowns chop off each other's limbs, followed by a quick cut to jet cars, bashing and backing up and bashing into each other again. A number of bodies fly in the air. The White Clown cartoon show is like much of the media today, desensitizes the audience to violence and gives them a false understanding of what something like war really is. This is significant because the community is on the brink of war, but no one cares. Much like violence today, which has begun desensitizing our negative responses to violence. This is quite terrifying if you ask me. Kids see favorite characters smoking, drinking, and involved in sexual situations or other risky behaviors and immediately start to pick up those habits. A study shows an average American child will see 200,000 violent acts and 16,000 murders on TV by the age of 18. As you can see now, the world is of a corrupt television system and has played a major part in the change of the people's lifestyle. Most people feel that change is for the better. And in a few cases this is true, but in other cases change is not always welcome. The changes in television quality are very openly welcomed, but the quality of the television shows themselves, not so much. Television is aiming to give you the information you need to make a decision on how to think, to compromise your way of thinking, compared to their way of thinking, and find a middle ground if not completely convinced. TV is not just for entertainment, it is also part of a learning system. In the early years, television wasn't such a big distraction because there were a limited number of shows. And due to the number of television shows people watch, it affects brain development from too many hours of TV because your mind isn't able to think properly. Your eyes become dilated and weary, hallucinations are common, aggressive and violent behavior is traumatizing to kids, to believing in monsters and distracting them from school and affecting their performance in school. These are all problems whose main root leads back to television. And one of the biggest issues in society today is obesity. And this has a lot to do with television because instead of children getting active and becoming fit, enjoying life outside of the technology system, they sit around all day playing video games, watching television while eating, adding on pounds by the hour. The world could be a better place if people didn't watch too much TV. A little bit a day isn't a big deal, but hours and hours of TV make you start to obey the TV. It makes you want to live like they say on TV, act like they say on TV, become that person they say on TV, pretentiously selling you a false dream. Although television used to be nice, comforting, and influential, today it is not so appetizing. Television diminishes the quality of life. It causes people to have less interaction in real life. Instead of television having a few simple comedy shows for the whole family to gather around and enjoy, it's replaced with numerous controversial negative shows to make people laugh or to just draw them into the drama. Television has become sick humor, an exaggerated drama that is more harmful than the old family-friendly programming that was once prevalent in the 1950s.